Yo, yo, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, family, peace and love, peace and love. I can say it a lot more times, right? Peace and love, peace and love. Happy Sunday night, man. We haven't gone live this time on Sunday, and maybe not ever, but we here. Sunday Light was supposed to be this morning. It's normally Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but made a post a few days ago that I was going to be off grid. I had some stuff to attend to. So I was going to be off grid and not able to do the show this morning. But I said I would do it evening about 9 p.m. Got behind on time. It was almost 10 p.m. But wanted to keep my word, right? Though I'm extremely tired, not just physically, but emotionally, and feel really full spiritually, and don't really want to do much talking. But we got commitments, right? We got things that we got to do that I love to do. It's not like I don't love to do it. I just, it's one of those times where I'm grateful I have the show. I'm grateful I have the responsibility. I'm grateful I have the commitment. I'm thankful that I have the discipline, right? Even as a teeter-totter in my mind about, oh, shit, I could do it, No, do it, right? Even if it's freaking 12, 13 hours later, 14 hours later, get it done on the day you're supposed to get it done. All right. So we're here again with another episode, another week of Sunday Lights. Sunday Light is where I share my ministry through my words, through my speaking, right? Sharing perspectives on things, giving some insights to some things. But yeah, man, it's Sunday Light. It's Sunday. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. And this week's topic is your words give life or death. So be mindful. That is what we are talking about this week. This week we're talking about the power of your words, essentially. Your words give life or death. So please be mindful. And we're going to jump right into the show, guys. We're going to jump right into the show. Listen, it's been said in different cultures, different religions, in different languages, right? Life and death is held in the power of the tongue. What you speak becomes, right? What you speak, what you think, you end up speaking for the most part, and what you speak is what comes to life, right? Is what comes to life, whether that's something that you desire, something that you really want to happen, or something that you don't want to happen. In the car with my brother earlier, right? One of my brothers, and we were chatting, and we were talking about the violence in our neighborhood, and we were talking about even saying that V word, even saying that word, especially us, black folks, brown folks, our minds, our brains works in, I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's like, it works in images, right? Like pictography, I think, right? Something like that. But it works in images, right? Visuals. We hear a word, we hear a phrase, we hear something, we automatically create an image, right, of that thing, right? If we have experience with the word, the phrase, the subject, right, we automatically create a visual relation or representation, expression of reflection, however you want to say it, of whatever we heard. And so when we talk about creating more peace, essentially, in our community or in our world, right, globally, locally, right, we talk about creating more peace. Saying the opposite of that, right, even if you put stop in front of it, stop the V word, the universe, right? The way the thing works, it does is the stop does doesn't is what is it? What is the command? The command is violence. The command is the V word. So even saying that, because when you say it, number one, you can't say it with a smile on your face, really, and be taken serious, right? You can't be like, "Yo, brother, you got to stop that." Da, 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 da. Like, you could say, "Hey, brother, hey, sister, listen, man, you got a beautiful family, a beautiful spirit, beautiful human, man. You might want to try living in peace a little bit. It might make you a little more happier, fulfilled, right? You can still be tough and all of this stuff, right?" Every time we hear "stop the," we create an image that helps us relate, right? So stop the, you may really mean, you may be really sad that something happened to a loved one, something happened to someone, you saw on TV, something you heard about, really sad. We need to stop the. Person always creates an image that they can relate to of that word, of that expression. And it's someone hurt, right? Is someone hurt? Is someone bleeding? Is someone, right? As you have that image, right? We hear the term, what you think about expands, right? What you focus on expands, what you focus on grows, what you think about grows. So not only what you think about, right? Like what you speak. So you're speaking it and you're thinking it, and you're thinking it and you're visualizing it. So when you say why we got so much of this issue in our community, is because we keep talking about it. Now somebody would say, well, Sugar Ray, we got to talk about it because we got to address it. We can address people not loving themselves. We can address people having conflict resolution issues and challenges, right? We can speak about the fact that some people feel unsafe in the neighborhood. There's many other ways we can speak about the thing, right? First of all, focus on the solution. What is the solution? You want more peace. You want people to be happier. You want people to be healthy. You want people to live longer. You want people to stop going to prison. You want young people to stop losing their lives senselessly, recklessly, for quote unquote nothing, right? So focus on what you want. You want peace. You want happiness. You want love. You want good health, right? So like that's what you want to grow, not the problem. But we've been so conditioned, and we've been so emotional. Not that anything is wrong with emotion, but when it's just emotion and there's no logic, there's no thought, there's no assessment, there's no, right? Like when that's non-existent and it's just pure raw emotion, unchecked, unfiltered, right? Quote unquote unhinged, right? Like just raw emotion. You're just speaking what you feel, right? Without thinking about the best words, the best phrase to actually fully articulate what it is that you mean, what it is that you want, right? I think we see the result of that. I think we see the result of men and women, young and old, right? Really around the world, but specifically to our communities, right? Speaking on everything they see, hear, or feel, right? With no filter. Just calling it what it is. We've been conditioned, guys. We've been tricked. Listen, life and death is held in the power of the tongue. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to use another real life example of my life, right? I am very fortunate to be able to draw from my life stories to share some of these wisdoms, some of this knowledge, right? To foster some of this understanding. The words we say matter. We should be mindful. Check this out. So my dad passed 95, August 14th, right? Recently was 30 years, right? 11 years old. Since my dad passed, right, maybe a few months later, probably like after my nephew was born in that March. So my dad transitions August 95. My nephew, my sister Chantel's son, is born March 96, right? So a few short months later. Might have been right before, during, right after my nephew was born, I started to think about becoming a dad, right? I got this big hole in my heart. My nephew was great, but like he's not my son, right? He's not my son. It's not the same love. He loves me. I love him. I'm here for him with my, with his mother and his dad and the rest of our families, right? Both sides. But it's not my child. I want my own child. I want to be a father. I want to fill that hole, that void, right? With loving a child. The same way my dad loved me, I believe the only way to fill that void is to pour that same love, right? Maybe in a different way a little bit, but the same amount of love, the same context of love, right? Of caring, of consistency, of commitment. Pour that into my own child, right? So, but I didn't think about getting married. Right? I didn't think I'd get married at 12 years old, 13. I thought about having sex and making a baby, right? Be a dad young, cool, right? This guy over here, family friend, right? Became a father at 12. He could do it, I could do it. Baby came out fine. Things worked out, right? Pretty much. Whoa, crazy stuff, right? But real life. 2001, Labor Day, my brother gets married. Shout out to Leroy, right? They got an anniversary coming up, 24-year anniversary, incredible. 24th anniversary, Leroy and Tamiko, absolutely beautiful couple. I love my brother, I love my sister-in-law, I love the family they've created, I love the life that they built. But it's when my brother gets married that my brother's standing there, he's drunk, right? He's drunk, his best man, I think my cousin Zay was his best man, they did drunk, my nephew's drunk, right? Everybody drunk, right? I'm not, right? I showed up, right? But his soon-to-be wife, right? They're about to get married, coming down the aisle and watching my brother cry, watching him go, he went to go pick her up, carry her down the aisle, right? It's magical, it's beautiful to see, right? I said, I want to get married. That inspired me to want to get married. But the problem was, soon after saying I want to get married, I attached. I want to get married just for the ceremony. I don't even care if I get divorced shortly after. I want to get married for the ceremony. I don't even care if we get divorced shortly after. I said that. I remember thinking that. I remember saying that to people. I remember we're going to be 100% transparent. Even before getting married, the only time I've been married so far, I'm going to get married again soon and excited about that. But the only time I've been married prior, right before getting married, a few weeks, maybe, a few days, a few weeks probably. So my brother-in-law, I don't know, man. We was talking about it, right? You guys know the story. Met and 4 months later was married, right? So my brother-in-law is like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. Like, it's like, met a couple months ago. I'm like, I mean, people, right? I give all of this stuff, which is true. People know each other for a long time, never get married, know each other for a long time, get married and don't, and it explodes and it's over. All the different things happen, right? I'm saying, I'm like, yeah, I know, but like, yeah. And then I said the same thing. Listen, even if we get divorced shortly after, it's all good, right? Like, you gotta try it, you gotta give it a shot, right? Like, which is real. Don't verbalize that. Because what happened? Got married 2015, right? Got married 2015, April 26th, right? Less than 2 years later, was separated, right? And then a little while later, divorced. Had a ceremony, beautiful ceremony in the park. Friends and family there, outdoors, it's lit. Got divorced shortly after. And when I realized two things, one was I spoke into existence the situation, right? I want to get married only for the ceremony. I don't care if I get divorced. I spoke that into existence. And this is, it gets crazy. I going back, literally remembering the words and remembering exactly how things happen. It's like, okay, you can speak and you can do something different, but like you put intention out there, the universe, the way the energy works, stuff circulates, stuff, and it manifests in behaviors, it manifests in thoughts, it manifests in actions, it manifests in feelings, it manifests in so many different ways, right? I want to even go back further. I remember saying to friends and to family, yo, man, I'm gonna get shot. I'm probably gonna get shot in front of my building. It's crazy. I said that. And I've been chasing my building with guys with guns, right? But I got shot. Where was I when I got shot? Many years later, right? Because I think I might have said that at 13, 14 years old. Got shot at 19. Where? Sitting in front of my building with my friends. Shot 3 times. Spoken into freaking existence. So understand and understand and overstand that your words give life. Your words give life. Your tongue is a life-giving or death-causing tool, right? Speaking is not just talking. Understand that. Opening your mouth and words coming out is not just, oh, I'm just talking. No, you're speaking, right? You're speaking. Then thus you say spelling, right? You're casting a spell every time you speak. What are you bringing forth into your life or pushing away, right? What are you causing to happen in your life by the thoughts that you have and the words that you speak? What are you causing in your life by the thoughts that you have, the thoughts that you think, and the words that you speak? You have to be very, very mindful, my brothers and my sisters. Very mindful. Very, very, very mindful. I'm telling you. And there's so many other examples. Again, since antiquity, all of the different religions, the schools of thoughts, the different languages, the different cultures, and said in so many different ways. Mind your mouth. What you speak becomes. Speak only that which you want, only that which you desire to happen, or that which you don't mind happening. If you don't mind something happening, then by all means, right? Like if you really don't care about certain things, then right? Got another example. I got a lot of examples. Yo, Faustin Garcia, what's going on? Colossal Projects, peace and love, your majesty. What's going on? What's going on? So many examples. Another example, right? A lot of examples. Young brother in Queensbridge, probably 2011. probably like 2012 spring. Yeah, probably spring. Yeah, late spring, mid spring. But it was a couple months between what I'm about to say and the incident happening, right? So, young brother in Queensbridge, walking through the block, got his music blasting, right? Well, got his music playing in his ear, headphones on. Speak to him, he's not aware, right? But he's rapping. He says, "I shoot a nigga in his face," right? That's the rap. Whatever he's listening to, whoever he's listening to, that was the bar that was audible for myself and another brother was sitting together, right? So I don't give a. I shoot a nigga in his face, and then we don't remember the rest of what he said. Remember that vividly. What happened? A few weeks later, July 4th, 2012. Look up the news. Queensbridge, 41st Vernon Boulevard. Murder. Kid from Woodside, shot and killed. Not because the kid from Queensbridge was trying to kill somebody that day, right? Months later after rapping the song. Not because of that. Kid from Woodside brings the gun to Queensbridge. Brings the gun to Queensbridge, starts some trouble. Whatever, protect yourself, whatever. Ends up saying something, having an altercation. The guy from Queensbridge, right? They tussling. Somebody yells, he got a gun. The guy from Queensbridge, a little strong guy, gets the gun from him, shoots him in his face, kills him. Self-defense. He ended up doing no prison time because of that. It was a lot of people outside. 4th of July freaking barbecue on the block. Annual barbecue is fucking hundreds of people outside. Witnessed it. Hundreds of fucking witnesses. Watch this fight happen, right? People watch the altercation start. Everybody now becomes aware. Oh, they fighting. Now it's like, oh, yo, he got a gun. Somebody yells out, he got a gun. You see the tussle get a little more intense. And then you hear the 2 shots. Close range. They tussling over the gate. Somebody got shot. Something happened. Brother from Queensbridge shakes up, runs off. Young brother from Woodside, unfortunately, slumped over the gate. Shot in his face, killed. Very unfortunate situation for him and his family. But the brother from Queensbridge called that into existence. He rapped it. Brother would tell you if he was here, right? Like, we heard him. We didn't hear somebody else say, yo, what was he listening to? Or we didn't know. We heard him a few months prior rap about shooting someone in the face. And then, not his own gun, not something that he started. He went out looking for trouble, looking to shoot somebody in the face. No, defending himself. Instead of grabbing a gun and throwing it, did what he felt he needed to do, took the gun and shot him 2 times. One of them was in his face. It's insane. Listen, abracadabra. It's magic. It's magic. It's magic. We speak from our thoughts through our mouth, and we bring life into existence. We cause life or we cause death. What are you causing in your own life and in your community? You keep talking about the children ain't being nothing, being miseducated. You calling more of that into existence. More of it. So be very, very mindful, my brothers and my sisters. Please be mindful. Be aware of the words that you are using when you are describing something. Another example, like, or just some wisdom. You could look, a lot of different people to tell you, go down the line. Stop saying when you're not feeling well, stop saying I'm sick. Either I'm healing, right? Or describe the symptoms. My nose is running. My chest hurts. My throat feels clogged. Speak. I have a headache, right? My head is bothering me, right? Speak, describe. Don't just label, oh, I'm sick. You sick or you healing? You want to be sick or you don't. If you don't want to be sick, stop saying you sick. Stop affirming that in yourself, for yourself. Stop, cut the shit, please. Or don't complain about the shit. Either cut the shit and learn, or don't complain about it to people who learned and trying to do something different. Yes, there's space for growth always, and everybody's on their own process. And like, yes, shit. Right? But yeah, man, like, understand that. Your words give life. Words give life, right? Like, even speaking to it was an experiment, I believe, right? It was the water experiment, right? Speaking over into a cup of water, right? Or into, I forgot what it was, but speaking over water into water for a while changed, right? The pH of the fucking water. How insane is that? But it's not really insane. we understand the science. We understand the power of our words. There's waves. There's wind, right? It creates a wave in something. You speak literally in the air. It's creating a wave. It's a wavelength, the frequency, right? It's vibration, right? So what you speak lands somewhere, and then depending on the frequency, it comes right back to you. It comes back to you anyway, but if the frequency is not something you want, it's still gonna come back to you, even if you don't want it. It's gonna come back to you. That's what you put out there. So be mindful, man. Like it's very simple. Mona said it. Happy, solid, and soulful Sunday, my love. Excuse me. Abracadabra, I create as I speak. It's that simple. I create as I speak. It's magic. Voila. But it's what it's always been. We've always known that. So it's not like magic where it's something new that somebody's trying to sell you or you need to. Nah, it's ancient. Literally, it's ancient across cultures, religions, across faiths, across geographic locations. It's ancient. So please, my brothers and my sisters, for your benefit and mine, because what impacts you impacts me. What impacts me impacts you, even if you don't think so. It's a saying, what I eat don't make you shit, but like, first of all, why are we talking about shit? Right? Second of all, right? What I eat does, actually, if we want to be technical, it could make you shit. Right? Maybe not in the moment that I ate it, it's making you shit. Right? But process and all of that stuff, right? But I implore you, each of you who will see this show, each of you who is watching this show right now, I implore you to be more descriptive, right, of your phrases, to use your words to describe fully it is what you're trying to express or message you're trying to convey. Don't shorten it with phrases, especially because you could sometimes abbreviations work, right? But don't shorten what you're trying to say with a phrase or a word that has no positive bounce back, right? Everything's not gonna bounce back the same, but like intentionally saying things that you know is going to cause harm, is going to come back and you not like how it comes back. It's a problem. It's a big problem. But you got the power. I got the power. We got the power. We got to be mindful. Think about these things. What do I want to say? How am I going to say it? What's going to be the impact of these words? Not just felt immediately, but like long term, long distance. The bounce back, even on me. Even on me. Brother spoke about the fist. He spoke about how a fist smashing the fruit of something is a good thing, but a fist hitting somebody in the mouth is a bad thing. I said the fist hitting somebody repeatedly in the mouth is a bad thing, not only for that person who's got hit in the mouth, but even for you who's doing the hitting. Your knuckles start to hurt, they get swollen, they get bloody, they get busted. You bust your knuckles, now you got a bandage on your hand. What they said, the when you go to dig a ditch, make sure you dig two. Right? One for the person you want to bury and one for you. Listen, I know it's not easy, especially in, I mean, I'm 41, so like a little older, younger, right? It's not easy. So much social media, right? So much conditioning of what to say, of how to say it, of, right? Lack of critical thinking, right? Classes in school that then is, critical thinking is like, it's not that common in the world, right? Listen, this thing is deep, guys, and I'm physically tired, right? So we're gonna cut this thing short today, right? We're gonna do just 30 minutes, Sunday light, and we're gonna get some rest, right? We're gonna shower, we're gonna get some rest. It's been a very beautiful but long weekend. Very beautiful weekend, but very long weekend, very intense weekend, emotionally intense, physically intense, right? Mentally, like expanding, right? Come home, my baby is waiting for me, right? Food is like, it's a lot, and I'm tired, and I'm gonna get some rest, right? But I want to drive home a few more points for you guys. I spoke about thoughts, right? I spoke about thoughts becoming words, right? Understand that even if you don't speak it, even if it remains a thought, it is still not a good thing, not a good practice to think thoughts, to dwell on thoughts, to harbor on thoughts, that you don't want to manifest. So a thought comes, right? Thoughts pop up, right? Like your own thoughts that you control. You actively thought about something. And then thoughts, we pass people, right? Frequency. So people's thoughts is popping up. Just thought about us, that thought, something we heard before about who we are and how we be, that thought pops up. The only thoughts that can stay, though, are the thoughts that you entertain. The only thoughts that can stay are the thoughts that you entertain. So if it's a thought that you do not want to see become part of your reality, it won't, like, let that shit go. Right? Let it go. Let it go. Like, learn this. Right? Remember this, because we used to know it. As a human family, we used to know it. In some places of the world, we still know it. In some cultures, religions, ideologies, schools of thought, we still know it. Still. So every time you speak, are you giving life or are you causing death? Are you causing stagnation or are you fostering growth every time you speak? Right? Every time you speak, what are you creating? What are you creating with your words? You're creating a life that you want to live in, a life that's fulfilled, a life that's abundant, a life, right? Or something different. If you don't want to live something different, then why you keep talking about the different life? We literally, our fear, our whatever it is, it makes the things happen that we don't want to happen because we constantly thinking about it. Literally fantasizing over it. Oh, if this happened, if I get like this, then you're creating a million stories in your mind. None of them have happened yet. None of them may ever happen. But in your mind is real. And so if in your mind is real, creates physiological responses, then the same is true. If you speak positive, you create a physiological response, you raise your vibration, and then what happens? You attract more of that which you thought and spoke. Shit is simple science, simple math, right? It's not that complex. The most complex part about it is not thinking it's true. It's thinking it has no effect, right? Thinking that you can say whatever you want and it's all gravy. It's not how it works, man. But listen, y'all, I really love you guys. I'm really gonna get out of here. I am really tired. We're gonna be back to regularly scheduled programming next Sunday, 8 a.m. right here, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live for the next weekly installment of Sunday Light. You can catch me right here, same channels. Like that, same channels, literally same channels. Tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. for SR Daily, right, with Personality Meets Enlightenment. And I really want you guys to take this message to heart. I really want you guys to sit with this and reflect on how words you have spoken, how thoughts you have thought, right? Things you have thought, how they have manifested in your life. Whether immediately, 6 months later, 20 years later, right? How has the things that are quote unquote negative, death, how has that manifested in your life from your words? Your thoughts. And then think about the flip side, right? Your words give life, man. So like you have thought some stuff into existence before. You have thought about something, you have thought about something, and it happened. And you can say by chance, some of us don't like to believe in chance, right? So you are extremely wise, but you have to remember your wisdom. You are extremely powerful and great, but you have to remember your power and your greatness. You have to understand, and understand that this thing right here, your mouthpiece, your tongue, your words that come out of your mouth is either bringing you closer to what you want or further away from what you want, right? Further away. You're getting closer to what you want or closer to what you don't want. It's your choice. Nobody can make it for you. Nobody could think your thoughts and speak your words for you. You have to think your thoughts and speak your own words. So I implore you, I encourage you to think good thoughts, to speak good words. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Keep that close to the heart. Keep that in mind. And I'm gonna get off of this, guys, before I start falling asleep on here, man. Yo, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful week, man. Beautiful week. Middle of August. Going towards the tail end of August. Life is good. Life is great. Life is great. Love is grand. Together we rise. and forever we stand. I love you guys. Have a great night. Peace. Good night. Sleep tight. May your dreams give you insight. Okay. Okay, sister.